Meet Ralph and Kelly Bianze, owners of Titan Restoration. They specialize in turning worthless into worthy. With the right team and the right tools, they can make old cars better than new.
So today I'm here to see Art Berrien. He's a Porsche master technician, and he's got a whole bunch of 911s in his backyard and buried in the back of his house. It's time to get him out.
How you been?
I've been good.
Like I'm buried in crap like always.
I could see that.
Yeah, I gotta clean up, Ralph. It's just accumulated so much I can't even walk in here anymore. So my name is Arthur Berrien. I am a Porsche expert. I've been doing it for 37 years. And I have a few projects back here that I've accumulated over the years. I can't do it by myself. So I called in one of my best friends, Ralph, and together I think we're gonna make a pretty big dent in what I got here. So I wanna clean up the house is the thing. I wanna clean up the house. The house is turned into a shop and there's like 5 or 6 911s back here. And I want to start with the closest one out. And maybe I can be interested in it.
Okay.
Want to check it out?
Yeah, let's check it out. I'd love to see it.
Well, here it is.
It looks like it's been here for a little while.
Ralph, it's been here for quite some time. I started stripping it down, but one thing led to another, and it got pushed back and further back, and then that's it.
I have mixed feelings, but I know that the car is a solid car, and when we're done with it, it's going to be a fantastic car.
So what do you say we put it on a truck and send it over to your restoration shop?
We'll get it stripped apart. We'll have Pedro pull the carpet and the seats and all this stuff out of the interior, and we'll get it ready to go off to paint.
There you go. I'll start on the motor and trans while you guys are doing the paint and body.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Deal.
The Porsche 911 is one of the oldest and longest manufactured vehicles with over 1 million units sold today. It was Porsche's second model, preceded only by the 356. Over the years, it has gone through many updates, but the signature rear-engine, rear-wheel drive layout has stayed consistent. Between 1978 and 1983, Porsche introduced the 911 SC. The SC stood for Super Carrera and hadn't been used by Porsche since the 356 SC nearly 2 decades earlier. The Porsche 911 SC was powered by an air-cooled, naturally aspirated 3-liter 6-cylinder engine. The engine case was changed from magnesium to aluminum to bring more reliability to the design. In 1981, the Porsche 911 SC made 204 horsepower and went from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds. In 1981, the price of a Porsche 911 SC was around $28,000. Adjusting for inflation, that same car today would cost approximately $77,000.
So, Nick, I got a nice one for you here today.
This is beautiful. Look at it. Hi, my name's Nick Smith. I work for Worldwide Auctioneers as an appraiser and specialist in the company. We take cars for auction. So based on that and knowing Ralph for many years, he invited me out to appraise a couple of cars, see what kind of value he's got going on as they sit, and then what he expects to see at the end of the day when he's worked his magic.
Yeah, I realized that the expense to build it is quite a lot, but hopefully we can we can take this car and make a nice car out of it.
I'm sure you'll do a fabulous job.
It's important to have an appraisal in the restoration business because it gives you a reasonable number to start with. Some people have the idea that, well, it's worth $1 million restored, so I can pay $800,000 for this rust bucket. Well, the problem is it might cost you an additional $1 million to get it to that point. So now you're $1.8 million into a $1 million car.
I mean, in today's present market, the Porsche is a hot commodity. It's cooled off a little in the last few months, last year, but still a hot commodity, and it's a good basis to start building out a car. And I can't wait to see the end product. I do have to ask, what color is it going to be?
I think we're going to go back to the original color, which is this, I think it's called Amazon Blue.
Nice, very pretty.
Since the car was born with this color, I think it's a good idea to stay with this color.
Yeah, I think so too. So I appraise a lot of cars that are 100-point restorations, Pebble Beach quality, where people have just spent an inordinate amount of money to make them absolutely perfect. And then I come out and see something like this. It's exciting for me to see something like this, to see the before picture. You see those cars that are beautifully restored, but it's hard to see what they were like beforehand. How much of the car is real, what metal was cut out and replaced, et cetera, et cetera. So seeing it something like this, I'm seeing the starting point of the project. So it's good fun. I see it in today's market in the region of, it's a good solid body shell. It's perfect for the kind of project you're going to throw at it. I see it as a $4,000 to $6,000 starting point. As a completed project, you could be in the final value of about $80,000, maybe up to about $100,000. But it'll be a lovely thing to drive. I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Porsche 911 was marketed as a 2+2 sports car, which meant that in addition to the 2 front seats, it also had 2 smaller ones in the back. The first Porsche 911 to be offered as a convertible was the 1983 911 SC, and it was only Porsche's second convertible after the original 356 Cabriolet. Ralph has teamed up with a Porsche expert to restore a 1981 Porsche 911 SC, but there is a lot of work needed to get this car back to factory specifications.
This car belongs to Art Berrien, and it's been sitting dormant for a really long time.
So this Porsche, it is a 911 SC, and we're going to restore this for Art, who's had it in disrepair for about 9 years, I think.
Art's been working on this car since it was new. He started to have the car block sanded and then stopped. Right. And the engine's out, it needs to be rebuilt. Interior needs to be done.
Is Art going to rebuild this engine?
Yes, Art is going to rebuild the engine.
Art has been an expert engine builder for probably 30 years. So to have Art on this project building his own engine for his car is just an added bonus. We're really lucky to have him.
But in order for this project to move forward, he's asked us for our help to get this car done. He's great with building the engine. He's not so great getting the rest of the car done. Art Berrien is a fantastic engine builder, but a little bit of a procrastinator when it comes to getting cars finished. His focus is never on finishing the car, it's always finishing the engine. Unfortunately, you need the whole car. It was originally Pacific Blue Metallic.
Which is one of my favorite colors.
Yeah, really nice. This is the spray out from Adam Fleiner from the Body Shop.
Okay.
So
we're gonna do this one original color. So let's talk about it. I have some samples here. Let's talk about the interior.
Okay. See this here, cobalt blue?
Yeah.
The leather is this color, and the carpet is this color. And then the inserts on the center, let me show you. So this is all blue.
Oh, so it's gonna be a two-tone C.
So it's two-tone, yeah.
And it's gonna pick up the blue carpet. That's gonna be...
Exactly. So the insert of the seat is dark blue like this.
Okay.
The outside leather part is this silver gray color. So you have a really nice, very strong contrast.
The finished product is going to be amazing. It is going to be a dark metallic blue with a lighter contrasting interior. This is going to be a really beautiful car, really nice original SC. So I think this will be a really good build. I'll get Pedro on the interior. Art and Joel
will help put the motor together.
And Jeff will assist them. I'll send this to Fleiner so he can start on the paint and make it look good.
Once it's repainted, we'll put all new stickers back there, so it's just the way it came from the factory.
Beautiful. Okay, that sounds wonderful. I'm looking forward to this belt. It's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
All right, let me go take this over to Joel and to Pedro and let them see what we're going to be working on.
This 1981 Porsche 911 SC is getting an original restoration. The exterior will get repaired and painted back to its original color. The interior will be returned back to its two-tone leather version. And its original engine will be rebuilt and reinstalled.
Art was nowhere to be found, but we really needed him, so we told him we couldn't get the sunroof out of the car. So he comes running over, we're having this problem, and that was the only way that we could get him here. We had to trick him.
Boy, you got a lot done.
Got a little bit done, but
What was this I heard about the sunroof?
I'm stuck on the sunroof. I don't want to damage it.
Well, Ralph called me earlier today. He had a sunroof problem. He wasn't sure on how to detach the cable in the back, and he called me in to help him out.
So I've already got it loose. So
I
just
see it.
slide this back.
Yeah, you got it up pretty good. Okay, so this guy right here, we just gotta, it's working. Yeah, it's all one piece. So we gotta, it comes apart in 3 different sections, so we gotta keep it intact. That's all you need.
That's it?
Yeah, I get a couple
get a-
screws out.
Art knows this car inside and out, so everything goes pretty quickly because he knows this is a 6 millimeter, this is a 5 millimeter, I need this for this and this for this. And he kind of knows the ins and outs of the car already off the top of his head. So everything goes pretty quick once he's here, but waiting for him to be here takes a little time.
I get it, Art's one of the best, if not the best at air-cooled engines. And we need him. But since he is one of the best, he's not readily available. He's made other commitments, but he also made a commitment to Ralph.
Well, it comes in a kit.
Yeah,
Actually, I have the car, but I just gotta put it in.
that's easy.
What's going on, Ralph?
Adam,
How's it going?
not too bad. I'm glad you could make the trip.
Hi, my name is Adam Fleiner. I have a body paint shop, and I came here to look at a car for Ralph.
Pleasure to meet you.
How's it going?
Good, man, good. So you're the painter?
Yeah. Where'd you find this thing?
It's been in my backyard for quite some time, and I called him. I said, Ralph, why don't you come over and look at this car? And he came over, and here it is.
Okay, so you guys already started digging into it.
Yes, I'm pulling it all apart so it'd be easier for you. The car's pretty straight.
Oh.
And that fender was at one time fixed, but the rest of the car is pretty intact.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
You know, a car like this is not a one-man show. Art Berrien is really good at putting together the engines on these air-cooled cars. Adam Fleiner's really good at doing the paint work on these cars and getting the body perfect. And that's the only way to do it. You know, you have to find the individual that's good in that particular area so they can focus on that area.
So, what's the plan? Timeline?
We need it yesterday.
Everybody needs it yesterday, right?
Yes, always. How long do I have with it once I get it? 10 days? A week?
5 days.
5 days.
They want me to sleep there. It's very important to see a car in person, to touch it and feel it with your hands and know what I'm gonna get myself into, especially with a crunch timeline. To paint a car, it's typically a month, 45 days. You know, he's pushing me to have it done rather quickly, give or take a day or two. You know, I need to know what I'm getting myself into.
Adam comes from a long line of quality body, and he's like 3rd generation. So, I mean, he's got the experience, he's got the know-how, and he's got the youth. So I think he's our guy.
Okay.
All right.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, guys,
Take care.
take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Adam.
All right.
I'm very satisfied with the progress we're making. You know, as a matter of fact, he's doing pretty good, you know. He did a lot more than I've done in all the years I sat with it. But I've done so many other cars, it's just, you can't keep track. We can go home, guys. We did a lot. Okay? Well, let's do it.
How do I say this? He's always got a million jobs and a million things to do, and you know, getting to projects like this is something that's not high on his priority list. So it may not ever get done if I don't push and prod and get stuff done. But we've done 911s before together, and usually with my insistent, constant pushing to move the project forward, it gets done. There's a few areas left to do on the Porsche that need to be done before it goes off to paint. One of them is we have to finish removing the rest of the headliner, interior, and carpet. And as soon as they're done with that, there's a little spot of rust on the threshold on the passenger side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, section it out, weld a new piece in, and I can then send it off to paint. So we're done here with what we need to do. So the next step is we'll lower it off the lift, and we'll put it on the flatbed and get it over to Adam. And Adam can start doing the paint and body work on this car.
Nobody takes care of anything. Ralph! I am so tired of this. Everybody treats all the stuff I buy like
Yeah.
it's not funny. I'm so sick of it, and I was hoping you could help me.
Ooh.
Look, and they just keep driving it. Do you think anyone would come to me and say, hey, Kelly, this is destroyed? It's not even bolted on. I don't even know how these guys function here.
Kelly came storming in with a complaint about the Mitsubishi forklift that we use in Diesel Machine Works. Seat wasn't bolted in, the springs are gone, the upholstery is completely destroyed. I know we have foam in stock, but we'll see if we have an appropriate material
Okay,
for this
that would be great.
Mitsubishi forklift.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me out, because I'm tired of this. I need this. We use this forklift every day. You think anyone's telling me that there are no bolts, that it's torn to pieces, it's falling apart? Nothing, not a word, till I walk out to the shop and I'm like, this is crap. All right, I'll see you later.
Many consider Porsche 911 SC to be the model that launched Porsche's reputation for quality and dependability. In addition to switching from magnesium to a more reliable aluminum for the engine block, the 911 SC's steel body was treated with a zinc coating that helped prevent rust.
Finding a lot of dents, or we got the Porsche back to my shop, we stripped the paint, we're sanding it down so it's completely metal finished, and then we're gonna check for dents.
You see, I think they used a lot of material before, but there's not many dents, like really heavy. But they're okay. It's not that bad.
Coming out pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with it. Not too many extra dents than we identified the other day. All right, we'll keep going and we'll see what it looks like when we're finished.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
It's a Porsche paint code, so it'll be a paint code the car was born with. We take it over to our computer, and it basically dissects it into the different toners. It tells us how many of each product we put in, and we end up with the color. It's all by color code, and it's all recorded, and we save exactly what we mixed up. So if something ever happens to this car, I have the exact paint of what we mixed to make that color up, and I can make it the exact same way every time.
Let's get these guys over to the bench. Kind of heavy because they're power seats. I don't think we can clean this up. I think we're going to have to replace the ivory part, right? but maybe the blue in the center, we can save it. So today we have the interior of the 911 SC. We've got the seats here on the bench. So the seats are actually in pretty good shape. It's a 66,000 mile car, so the seats aren't really badly worn or destroyed. They seem to be in good shape. Maybe with some leather conditioner, we can clean that part up, and then we just replace all the ivory part. These pieces we'll leave alone. Everything that's ivory we'll make new, and we'll save the inside panels, the original blue. The outer ivory part, because it's such a light color, gets stained and damaged pretty easily. So we're gonna have to disassemble the seat, and we're gonna replace all the ivory leather and piping and restuff the seats and put them back together. You stop right here. We got the 3.2-liter motor out of the 911 SC here delivered, which is the numbers matching engine for that particular car. It's missing the fuel distributor, missing injectors. A lot of stuff needs to be done. A lot of the rubber and plastic stuff on the engine shows wear from a 1981 car. So we'll have to get it apart, do a good thorough cleaning on it, and then Art will start the rebuild process. That way we can get it ready to go in the car. But it's got to be restored mechanically and cosmetically. So it has to run good, it has to look good, it has to be good. Art stalled a little bit on the progress of this engine, and now after seeing it, I understand why. So we'll help get it apart, we'll get it cleaned, we'll help speed the process up, we'll get the parts ordered for it, and that way Art can just focus on what Art does, and he'll assemble and build the engine to perfection.
So we're here with the 81 SC, Pacific Blue Porsche. It's ready to get into our paint shop. We've got to make it look perfect. This is, showstopper. Primer's about to begin. We're almost got to get out of here because it's going to be Primer City.
You're working on my seat. This is wonderful. What are you gonna put on? This is what Ralph picked out?
Yep.
This is for outside.
This one.
Hey, Ralph!
Yeah.
The fabric you picked.
It's beautiful Alcantara. Look at this. It's a type of suede that they use like on the headliner. And,
On a headliner inside of a car. Why are you putting this on my seat?
well, because we had extra and it's leftover. That's why.
So you're being cheap
Yeah, I am.
with my stuff.
Well, it's a forklift.
It's important to me. It's my forklift. I use it every single day, and he pulls out suede, and he was serious. It wasn't like he was joking.
The better option would be to use real leather.
That was my thoughts. Leather, vinyl, anything. Do you have any scraps?
No, I keep it for my cars.
No, I know you must have some remnants of someone's car. Please.
I was saving some of my green leather that I had from a previous build from the back of a 300 SL seat. It's hard to find that particular color green, but I guess I can sacrifice part of that hide for my wife's green forklift.
Pedro, will this work?
Yeah.
Is this durable?
Yes.
Okay, good. We're going to be using this, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right? Problem solved. Good. I
Yeah.
can go back to work. Thank you.
We're trying, the part that we use for the seat, we're going to use the part of the hide. We'll keep the nice smooth part.
Wow. I love this color. What color is this?
This is Porsche Pacific Blue.
I love it. I couldn't have picked a better color if it was me. Shelly came back from Flyers. I can't even explain how excited I am about this car just because it's coming out so much better than I thought it would. When it showed up, it was just destroyed. And I thought it was gonna be a darker blue and it was gonna be really nice, but this color just blew me away.
Before the windshield goes in, now is the time to change the dashboard.
Okay.
So we'll change the dashboard up top and bottom.
What color to match? Because everything is gray and blue, right?
You know, I'd really like to do a blue dash. It's a factory two-tone blue and cream interior. So I think doing the dark blue dashboard, it's going to tie in well with the paint on the car. It's also going to tie in nice with the seats.
And the carpet is dark blue?
The carpet is dark blue.
Good.
We've still got to do quite a fair amount of work on the interior. Still got to take the dash out, change the dash pad, all new carpet, new headliner, new window glass, front and rear, adjust the window regulators. It's all time consuming, but in the end, it's all worth it because you're going to have a car that you can drive for a long time and not have to do anything to.
So Art should be really happy when he sees this. I mean, it's been a shell for how long? I think it's been 12 years he's had it as a shell.
Yep. That's how I got the name, Shelly.
Right now, what we're really waiting on is Art to finish up the engine. And Art has, you know, his own schedule, but it can't stay in our shop forever. We have other work that has to get completed. So this is going to be a challenge, getting it out of here in a timely manner and getting everything ordered and done just perfectly. But in the end, this car is going to be a real stunner.
By 1979, Porsche had started to plan phasing out the 911 body style and replacing it with their newly introduced Porsche 928. However, 911 sales remained so strong that the product line was extended. The 911 SC sold close to 60,000 units in total. Now that the 1981 Porsche 911 SC restoration has been painted, it's ready for reassembly. The interior still needs to be installed, as well as the engine.
This is not something that anybody can do. You know, this is a very complicated seat. You see this line that's here? This line has to be perfectly straight and lined up properly. An amateur upholstery guy would leave it with the lines all wrinkly and like that. That's what makes a difference between a really experienced guy and a guy who just starts doing this as a trade recently. Yeah. What a difference, huh?
This one is in the old one.
Yeah.
This and the new one, the other one.
Yeah, this ivory color would have never cleaned up as well as that. Man, that looks real. I gotta take a picture. You know, 30 years of experience doing this type of work is not something that you can easily duplicate. It's a huge relief for us knowing that whatever work that Pedro does on the interior is gonna be right. We never have an issue with it. And if we did, he's right here. Yep. Can you YEF test the seat?
Way better.
Much more firm,
Way
right?
better, more sturdy, more. It's right on. Whoever's gonna drive this car is gonna be really happy. Good job, Pedro.
Thank you.
With the YEP test, my job is to make sure that seats are comfortable, sit perfectly, they're lined right. When they're in the car, backrest, front, everything's perfect. So far, excellent.
We got one more seat to go, and then we can start putting the carpet and putting the seats back in the car.
We're putting on the original headlights on there, see how it comes out. See how Ron likes it. Have him come check it out and see what he thinks.
I like this. Wait for Ron.
Wait a minute, Ron. Check out the lights.
Oh yeah, let me come and take a look.
What do you like, huh?
I don't like it. I know that's the original, but I don't like it. That's original for the US, not the European.
Okay.
Take this one out. I think I'd like to put the European version headlights in it. It just happens that I have a set of the Bosch Euro lights. And I'll have to get these bezels. This is a European bezel. You see, let me have the old one. You see the difference? See how big this bezel is?
Yeah.
It's horrible. These lights give off a different light pattern. They're fluted, so that gives you a much wider pattern. Plus, instead of having that big, thick bezel, you have a nice, thick lens. It looks better. It suits the car a lot better. The US lights don't suit the car very well.
His idea was better than what we had on there before, so came out nice. I like the European look. It makes the car look a lot better.
We're doing some work on the 81 911 SC. We're able to put the rear parcel tray. Joel and Pedro are installing the front seats. Then we can move on to the door panels, the seat belts, and just continue finishing up the car. But that's one of the big steps, is getting the seats in the car.
At this. This is really fancy.
You like that?
Yes, this is gonna last a long
Hop in.
time. Get up here.
Try it out.
Woo! Look at that. This is really comfortable. But this is wonderful. This seat is great.
Good.
Super comfortable. I'm in love with it.
You want to drive it over to the guys so you know how to drive it?
No.
Put your foot on the brake.
Okay, here's
Go
your
ahead and
brake.
start up like a car. Ignition's on the right, just like a car. Go ahead and start it. Now reverse is simple. You're going to pull this lever back.
Got that? All
Okay.
right.
Keep your foot on the brake. Now it's a little different, so
All right.
you got to watch the front, because if you're not careful, it swings out. And hit. Okay. All right. You got it. Okay.
right,
now
I got it.
Put it in forward gear.
Now forward. All right, I can do this.
Okay, all right, let's go. Yeah.
Woo! All right, now I can put on the gas. This is fantastic.
Not too much gas. Slow down. Slow down.
Oh my God!
The forklift project today wasn't our normal everyday project. We don't normally restore forklifts or forklift seats, but she's very happy with it. She got to drive it for the first time, and the seat's very comfortable, and I'm sure the guys in the shop will really appreciate it.
I am so happy. I have been wanting to get a new seat for a long time because it's just been falling apart and falling off, and I finally got this like amazing seat. It was so much better than I could have imagined. Two-tone stitching, leather. It was an amazing seat. I couldn't have been happier. You did a good job.
This is one less thing on my honey-do list, so I probably won't have to cut the lawn or do any of that stuff for a while. I got some good points for this one.
The 1981 Porsche 911 SC restoration is complete. The exterior was painted its original color. The interior was restored to the two-tone leather seats. And the original engine was rebuilt and reinstalled.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you.
I love the color.
Pacific
colour.
blue.
Beautiful. So Ralph called me back in on the 911 SC, the Super Carrera shell that has turned into a whole car now. See where he is, see how it appraises in today's value, see how upside down he is. So if I remember this correctly, this was
just
nowhere
a
near
shell.
this.
Yeah, it was just a shell. I mean, top to bottom, everything has been done in this car, and everything is
Wow.
brand new.
So it's an 81 by the look of it?
It's an 81, yes.
Can we have a look at the engine bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely done in here as well.
Yeah, it's all painted body color like it's supposed to be.
Looks to be pretty original. Looks like a good all-round car, nicely presented, all the right bits and pieces.
Yeah, headliner's
Dark
nice,
headliner.
with a little zipper in the back. The back seat that nobody could fit in.
Right. How much did you do to brake, suspension, engine, gearbox?
Everything. Even synchros are new. Clutch is new. New pistons, new liners, I mean, everything is new. New chains, new tensioners, everything. You know how hard it was just to get this stupid sticker? Oh my God. I went through hell trying to get some of the parts for this car. Even the little accordions that go on the sides of the bumpers, I think they took 2 months to get. I had to order them from Porsche.
Good grief. So he had a good starting point and built it up into a very exact car. Most people would modify a few bits and pieces, leave a few original pieces off, but he's done it to his usual Biaggi exacting standards. So you would need an appraisal, I'm assuming. Porsche prices have wobbled just a little bit, settled, adjusted a little bit. A regular 1981 SC, restored to exacting standards as you always do, including the two-tone interior. I desperately wanted to hit this car at about 50 grand, then offer him 60 and feel like the hero because I'm in love with that color. I'd expect it to sell in the region of $80,000 to $90,000. And it's a
we're in good shape
beautiful
then.
car. You are?
We're okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
we're okay.
That's fantastic.
We're on
Good.
the positive side of this one. We're in the car about 47 and change up to date. He came in with a number of about 90 grand, which is really good because that's almost double what we're into the car for. So we're in really good shape there. I've played with Porsches, but it was always a hobby to me. I never really addressed doing Porsches as a restoration part of the business, but I might have to reconsider that because looking at the numbers that we achieved on this car versus the numbers that we achieve on other cars, you know, sometimes $1 million car might take $2 million to restore. It's still only worth $1 million.
The 1981 Porsche 911 SC restoration is complete. Now all that's left is the final test drive to make sure that everything works.
So it's my anniversary coming up with Ralph, and I'm really excited because we always do something really fun, so I'm really looking forward to it.
So my wife subtly reminded me that our anniversary is coming up. I haven't gotten her anything yet, since she really likes the way that 911 SC came out in that Pacific blue. So I think I'm gonna work something out with Art, and I'm just gonna keep the car to give to my wife as her anniversary present.
There's a lot of history behind this car, you know that?
I know.
That's why I kept it. And I was 19 when I worked at a dealership, and I used to change the oil and stuff for this lady. So we remained friends for years. And I told her I'm gonna be the first buyer, and first dibs on it, and sure enough, I got it.
You know, it's me and my wife's anniversary coming up.
Well, congratulations, man.
I know this is a really special car, but this would mean a lot to my wife to get this car as an anniversary gift, and we could drive this thing and enjoy this car.
She likes this car?
She loves this car.
Well, I mean, if she loves it that much, to me, it's like still in the family, so yeah.
Yeah, it stays in the family.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'm really impressed by that because most of our wives, they want something new. They don't want to drive something that's 35 years old, But if it's restored and it looks the way it does and she knows we're very meticulous, hey, I'll be happy to give it to her.
We'll work out the financial details over a glass of wine.
A bottle, maybe.
Maybe a couple bottles, yeah.
We're gonna need a bottle for that.
Okay, all right, so you're saying now that the fuel line is all backed up. How long is that gonna take? Okay, because as of Wednesday, the car was running, and now you're telling me it's not? No, I'll be there. I'm leaving in 10 minutes. So where are we right now, though? I just got off the phone with Ralph, and he told me the fuel line behind the engine was completely blocked by rust. So they had to take everything out to get it running. Last time I talked to Art and Ralph, it was running on Wednesday. So I'm just gonna go out myself, check it out, see what the new problem is today, so that we can actually get it running and give his project back to him completed.
We're doing some last-minute adjustments. I called my wife down. She doesn't know what the master plan is for this car yet, so I'm going to surprise her with that when we go for a little test drive.
Wow, it looks good. I am here to help. What can I help you with?
Oh, good.
Because you called me in a panic. I was a little concerned that this is not running and...
We had a problem with the fuel distributor. This little fuel line was 25 years old or whatever it was.
Yes.
And it was dry rotted and cracked. And as soon as it started to build up pressure, it started to leak gasoline everywhere.
But you fixed it.
Yeah, it's done. And that's a new pump.
So what did you need me here for?
I thought maybe you'd like to
Yeah.
go for a test drive.
You got me
You got
all the
here
way
just in
down
time.
to Pasadena to go for a test drive?
Well, did you have anything else better to do today?
Oh, no, I had nothing to do.
Okay, so then this is perfect.
Well, okay. It looks great. It's running.
You like the
brought
color?
it back from the dead. I love, this is my favorite color. Pacific blue is just the best color.
I got some news for you.
What?
It's your anniversary gift.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Well, I figured that this is your favorite color. I worked out a deal with Art.
You did not, for real?
I did.
No.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, honey, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. This is the best. You're joking.
No.
This is
for
so
real.
amazing. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
How did you work this one?
Don't worry about it. We got it worked
You
out.
always say, oh my gosh, this is like the best gift ever. You know I love this car.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's go for a ride.
Okay. How's it driving?
It's driving great.
Is it?
Yeah, air-cooled cars are really
drive
work
really
well.
nice,
They
huh?
drive really well.
It was really fun. I really loved it. I am very grateful to have you as my husband.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, to do such nice
You're
things
welcome.
for me. It was really sweet of you.
Well, you're welcome.
I loved it, actually. I thought it was great. We drove it all around Pasadena, and it was a really good drive. It went very smooth.
Good.
We had no problems. It drove well. I loved it.
Good.
This is so perfect.